True, them say me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fools say how we go where we a go fi. True, they see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fool how we go where we a go fi. True, they see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fools say how me go where we a go fi. True, them see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fool how we go we a go fi. Luck never put me where you see me at. So why them fool they want to bring me back? Me ask them for your food, they want to bring the Mac. Me ask them for your help, they want to bring the strap. How the hell can I progress with friends like those that stand up and pose in a bad man clothes and then end up getting a wreath and rose and want me for there when them casket are close? How the hell can I progress with friends like them? Want them to win them, want your life end. Want them to set up to work your girlfriend, so you better have your 3, 5, 7 and yang yang. Them no want to see killer roll with me best friend. No want to see me spend money in a West End. When me make true, me no use no pad or pen. Shell down the whole world again. True, they see me travel the world, travel the world. Might see me out with a girl, a girl that you might want, and you can't get. True, you see me travel the world. Might see me out with a girl, you know say I want a girl where you can't get. And that's why the fucker them not stop friend. Me I tell them about hard work, them I tell me about lucky. Me I tell them about big dog, them I tell me about puppy. I know a couple big dogs that wasn't so lucky. End up in jail or got slapped with the bucky. No walking off a rice car right now, me see the vision. Alright now the killer them on a mission. Me nah stop till the whole of me dogs them a fly out. The whole of we them on the television. True, them see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fools say how we go where we a go fi. True, they see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fool how we go where we a go fi. From London to Dubai, then New Delhi. People them a ear 'cause them see man pan new telly. Y'all see me a road and them a shake up them belly. Why? Coming off flex like R. Kelly. So when it comes to girls, my friend, I've got many. So till the killers in the cemetery. But until then, I'm on me, I make money I spend. And they could never this killer again. More half power like me name 50 cent. Them want fi yes, a killer can't pay me rent. Or the killer can't afford for driving out a Benz. I've been through the world, so can I make that happen? I'm working for my kids' future and that's that. Right now for killer man, there ain't no looking back. So for all the haters and the girls and all that, them a ear and killer man, I wonder how much money me have. True, them see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fools say how we go where we a go fi. True, they see me travel the world, them say me lucky. Hard work put in me, never did walk with no bucky. You know much people want fit on the killer in a dopey. Tell them fool how we go where we a go fi. I'm going for go, whoa, whoa. I mean, I sell me so, whoa, whoa. Me, I get to youth you can't control, whoa, whoa. Whether who no young or you, oh, whoa, whoa. I'm going for go, whoa, whoa. I mean, I sell me so, whoa, whoa. Me, I get to youth you can't control, whoa, whoa. Whether who no young or you, oh, whoa, whoa. Good evening, my peeps. Hope everybody's in good spirit. Happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers them out there. I wanted to start off today's GODCAST. You know what? I said last week that I would put up some stuff and show why my mum's so proud of me. But when I really thought about it in hindsight, no, that's not what this is about, because that's me talking about my mother. Do you understand? In the wider diaspora in the world, look at the dynamics of this. Why I say that I really dislike and I hate the titles of these days when they say Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, Christmas, Easter, bonfire, all them choppiness there. You see, for me, every day should be a day that we appreciate love each other, whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your family members, your loved ones. We're supposed to cherish them and we're supposed to love them and put them in high regards. We're never supposed to wait until there's one day of the year that we want to appreciate love these people. And that's why today I'm going to address
because you see me, I'm a man that, you see, before I talk about things out in the wider world, you know, it's always closer to home, right? Right. So there's so many people today that I can look on so many different platforms, most probably, and see how many people have posted pictures with their mothers all over the world, right? Now, you see what it is for me is that there's so many of these hypocrisy going in, where people act like them love their mother, them not love them. Let's talk the truth. Let's keep it real. Let's chop it really up. Let me just find this the chat room over here. 1 second, peeps. Lock off that one there over that side. Yeah. All right, Deborah, big up yourself. Big up everyone, because you know what it is. I've only just started to see the comments. I apologize. So yeah, there's so many people. I know family members that don't get along, that will post their mother on Mother's Day like they love them and they cherish them and they honor them. And in reality, and I apologize for my voice being gone, because I did headline a show last night in Hootenanny and tore that place upside down, so apologies if my voice chips out. There's so much people that live, they're a living hypocrisy, brethren. I would not wait until the end of the year or the beginning of the year or the mid of the year when one day pops up for me to say to my mum or my mother that I love her so much unconditionally, and you know, my actions is what's supposed to show my mother that I love her like that and that I honor her like that. You understand? Likewise, my family members. So when you look at these what they would call public holidays, I mean, it's not a holiday, but you know, it's honored in that way where it's publicly known. You know, the whole world stands up and says, yeah. Man says there's a vid playing in the background, bro. We can hear it over you. You can hear what over me? Are you crazy? Let me hear something. Hold on. Put that on. Turn off that. 1 second. Yes. I know I'm not going mad over here. Yeah, my sound is quite clear, and yeah, I definitely know that I do the checks over here before. Luke, you give me joking. Oh, big up yourself, my brother. Always supporting the thing. Empress, big up yourself for the check-in as well. My sound is fine over there. Yeah, Tyrone, big up yourself also on the check-in. Yeah, but on a level though, big man thing. I love the mothers that are out there doing the great work. But if there was, so yeah, let's talk about the siblings, the children first. The children sometimes don't even love their parents. That's why they don't honor their parents. They don't honor the words of the parents, and they don't live in the light of the family name. You know, they don't honor that. Some parents are not maternity type people. So there's a lot of females out there that don't get along with their children. So it really does make me question when I see so many, and there's a lot of first-hand people that I know don't get along with their families, especially their mothers. But they're online posting mums, and you understand? Most of these mothers don't even have social media. Most of these mothers cannot see the comments unless we run back with the phone and say, Mom, look, we have Rate say big up, and we have Rate say boom, 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 yeah? Mommy don't really know about no social media too tough. So she ain't gonna see all of that. Some of them, you understand? There's quite a few mothers that are, you know what I mean, social medias, they know how to use that, you get me? But I'm talking about the percentage of them that don't. I'm talking about the percentage of people that actually don't love their parents, and you know, instead of them rekindle and sort out whatever the problem or the underlying issue may be, they prefer to act it out, play a lie, live a lie, and wait until Mother's Day to say, yo, big up my mum, you know, because they saw their friend post up their mother and say such wonderful things because they genuinely mean it about their mum. So then this little crosses is going to see that and think, let me post my mum as well and honor knowing that mummy can't see that. Because if mummy could have saw that, I'll be honest, I guarantee you, mummy most probably popped down the old post. So big up to the real ones, them, that honor their mothers and their parents and love their family members, them, and live in the light of that. Because you know what? I grew up in an era when it was really looked down upon to bring shame to the family name. You know? To put shame on the family name would be a disgrace to the family. And you be considered a disgrace. Like, I mean, it's not a good look. But I don't know where all of that's gone. Because it come like that's left the community and that's left the culture all of a sudden. Right? So, Nads, big up yourself. And Sharifa, my sister, bear love every time. Anthony Nicholas, big up yourself. And Zara, bear love. Seen? Let me hail up some people over on the YouTube. I know there's 1 and 2. Well, there's nobody there. But big up the 4 people that were there on the YouTube. You know the choppings. Big up Divine, big up Joni, my sister, anyway you're there. Big up Angel, anyway you're there. And you don't know the regular team still. But here we are going now. Styles, be a love family. These are the things that make me want to talk about things that people are not talking about. So quick to follow the crowd and do what everybody else is. It's funny because when it comes around to like Mother's Day, when it comes around to my children's birthdays, for me, those are the worst days for me. Like, I see everybody able to post their parents and their loved ones, and I'm not able to post anybody. Like, number one, my mother don't want nobody post nothing, but she don't want nothing to do with social media. Yeah, my mom seen what social media, how dangerous this shit is. When they've posted her pictures and said shit about my mom, she don't want nothing on. She don't care about her birthday. She don't care about Mother's Day. She don't care what day. Don't post her. Thank you. You know, like that. Yeah, how we are trying to do over there. Because I was old school like that. Like, we are trying to do what? Me can't see it, so I don't know where I post it for. Yeah. I'll be real. I always forgot. I love my mother dearly and always have, but I think Mother's Day always comes out of my head due to the time I was fostered and all the trauma that came with that. Tyrone, big up yourself. I hear you, bro. No, I hear you on a real one. I really do hear you on that one. There for real, big man thing. Joni, big up yourself. Joanne. Big up yourself. Good evening, manners and respect. Tracy, big up yourself on the YouTubes, on the Facebook actually, what I'm talking about. Teresa, big up yourself on the check-in as well. And Janae, big up yourself on the check-in, you know, the chat. So yeah, for me have a problem with Mother Day. Me have a problem when birthdays surface and everybody else can and I can't. And like Father's Day is the worst again. When every father posts up them picking and then you got people that's online that look at you like, okay, flip the coin now, Patrick. For those that look at me and think, well, he don't post his children. He don't post no female that he's seeing. He don't post none of his children, them. That people don't understand how dangerous social media is. And you know, the thing plays both sides. You know, it looks good to post and it feels good to post. But when you become target of all these things that we do post and people get a hold of and then they start to use it against you and starts to put up their own narratives and captions and, you know, try to relive you and act like they're you, and then your own people think it's you and everyone thinks it because it's your pictures, mind you. So, I mean, it becomes a sticky one, you get me? So for me, there's so many reasons why I ease off of posting my loved ones on social media. It is really a bittersweet kind of subject for me, especially Mother's Day and all that. A bitter subject for me, bruv. But I love mommy, and mommy is not a thing that I need to go and say to the world, I love my mom. Like, my liberty says it. My liberty, you can see it. You know, I live in the light of my mother and what she's taught me, and the things that I've been, you know, disciplined to learn over the years, growing up under my mother's household and under her roof, you know, under her teaching. I honor that. And most women that meet me, big women that meet me, say, "Right, your mother must well proud of you." For me, that is honoring my mother, for her to air back, say, "Yo, people out the road rate your pick me, you know." My mom even comes back and tells me a whole heap of things where, you know, she'll meet people on the road and they'll be telling her, like, "Yeah, man, you know, miss, you raised a decent boy, you know, Mr. Uncle. Yeah, man, a decent young man," you know. So for me, that is where it is. The social media, posting my mom and posting my children like it's only when I post them I love them. For me, that's bizarre. But this is what social media is doing to us, making us more, because 9 times out of 10, if you check most of us, you know, the most of us that real Ed Ras, big up yourself, my big brother. Yeah, and Tracy, big up yourself again. You see, most of us that sometimes post our parents, right? And post our loved ones. We've hardly spoken to those loved ones. We never even mostly spoken to them on the day that we post them. We mostly never check them in that week, but we're posting them like we was with them last night or today. These things to me is a bit bizarre to me, you know? Yeah, no, I mean, I post mommy like that. I love mommy eternally, you know what I mean, unconditionally. The world knows that. And everybody that's been around Killer P knows that part there already. Why do I need to like sing it off the roof? My mum, she knows her son that she raised, and she knows that she raised a decent boy. Seeing a decent young man. She gets praised by people that she sees on her daily more time. You get me? So she knows that is that. I don't need to post her for her to get any more of that. That is it in the flesh, in reality. You know, so I look at those that, not everybody, you know, but I look at those ones that I know don't get along with their parents and is posting their mother like says, why don't they go and rekindle on Mother's Day? Why don't you use that as a day to say, well, you know what? It doesn't matter what I've been through with my mother, or it doesn't matter what my mum's done to me. You know, I still love this woman, and, you know, I give thanks that she brought me into the world, and, you know, let me see if we can just patch things up and, you know, move forward from here on. You know, Mother's Day is just it's like a milestone. It's just a date that you can just mark in the diary that from this point on, we done this. And we most probably changed the narrative of how things was from this point on. But instead, we just post. We post like everything's good, but there's so many close people beside us that know that that's not the truth, you know? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that know us, that's beside us, that know that actually, I don't even know why she's posting her, you know? Because really and truly, she done cuss off the woman the other day, you know, and, oh no, I don't hear her apologize. But this is the life that we're living, where it seems like it's okay to live that foul way of living and smile with the world like everything's okay. You got people that are so loving with other people's mothers, but got no love for their own mothers. You got parents that are so loving with other people's children, but are not so loving with their own children. Can we talk about these things? Isn't these things still topics and things that need to be addressed? Of course. So yeah, I kind of address things that most people don't want to talk about and address and don't want to touch on. So, you know what I mean? I wish my mother was here with me today. I was 11 years old when she left us. What I would do to have her back, even for one day. Love your mums. Trust me, Joanne. I see that there. Respect. Man has enough respect, Joanne, because I understand that. Most people don't get it. It's the same as Valentine's, etc. So I'm saying all of those public holidays and public occasions, for me, I got a problem with all of them. You know, I do genuinely have a problem with all of them, you know. So big up to the ones them that really check in on mummy Make sure you put a kiss on her face. Stay close to mommy. You got so many people that are far away. You got people that are in positions that can't rekindle, scenarios with mommy because mommy is already rotten. Do you understand? Mommy is rotten. And you got certain decent mothers that are out there that can't rekindle with their children because the child is rotten and the system has made them rotten, or, there's bitter scenarios that have turned these people rotten to a core where there will be no turning back and there will be no rekindling certain or patching it up or bridging the gap. You know what I mean? So I'm not speaking about those ones. Those ones have already gone bad already, and there's no way that I can speak on that. I'm speaking about the ones that have been around the family, that are still amongst the family, that have still got the open door to say, yo, mum, yo, no matter what I go on, mum, I love you, And I might even lose my mind sometimes and say some bad words or say some things that I don't really mean. Because deep down, say, you push me out, and without you, me wouldn't dare. You overs? Yeah, but we're not doing that. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm banning out. Real that way, feel that way about my dad. Yeah, well, if they are the cause of trauma, it's hard. That's right. I respect it. I do hear it still, don't get it twisted. There's many scenarios as to why we wouldn't be so tight, or we wouldn't have that bond that we would maybe urge. And it's not that we don't want, because this is where people get it twisted. You see, for those that are not as close with the family members as would love to be, it's not that we wouldn't love to be or wouldn't like to be. It's not like that we don't have the urge for mommy, or we don't have the urge for our fathers to be in our life. We do. But what it is that we've learned to have a thick skin and get on with life. That is it. Some of us have learned that we just got to, you know what I mean? Trust me, Emily, we have to big up mommy no matter what, man. No matter what. Just the mere fact that she had taken that, you know what I mean? She could have dashed us away. Many of our parents could have dashed away. And they never done that, you know what I mean? They never dashed away. So no matter what, in between is what I'm saying. In between, there's many scenarios that can stop us from wanting to be amongst, or wanting to, you know what I mean? Reach out with the olive branch. But at the same time, as long as you just give thanks that she never dashed away and that you're there, just honor her from far. You don't have to honor her up close and personal, but as long as you're honoring your mother from far, it might be her fault why the child can't be around, because the child knows better. Sometimes, sometimes the children know better, and it's the parents that are up in their brain. It's not all the time you blame the child. Sometimes it is the parents that are so twisted in their mind that the child has to grit their teeth and bear the pain and the trauma and just get on with life, knowing that they got friends close by that have good relationships with their parents. And it really does burn us to see that. But at the same time, like I say, we learn to have thick skin and get on with life. You know what I mean? Sonia, big up yourself. Joni, big up yourself. My sister, be a loving and good evening. Donna, big up yourself every time. I need to touch base with you also. Big up Sasha on the check-in. Big up the full of Shanty Yard family. You don't know. And big up Auntie Bernadette every time. Seeing? Many people are out here that don't have what we take for granted. Even if it is just to have a great relationship with your mother, and, you don't have a relationship with your father, you still got a relationship with one. There's some that have no relationship with nobody. And I feel it for them, because I don't know what it feels like to have nobody, So I can only imagine on days like this, even where I've got my own reason as to why it cuts me up a certain way. And it's not because of anything of my own fault. It's just that when you get targeted by people that don't like you, they go for the things that you love the most, and we have to learn from these mistakes. We have to learn from current situations and past, and we have to know how to move forward. Is it? So, Charlie, big up yourself on the check-in, manners and respect. Yeah, there's something there, man. We are ready in the background, killer. as we're living in the last days right now, right? And our parents are rapidly dropping out. I think it's very important for us to stay close to our loved ones, literally our parents. We need to, you know what I mean? I didn't grow with my father, brethren. So big up to everyone that's got their fathers in their life, and big up to the real fathers that didn't turn their backs, bruv. You know? On a day like Mother's Day, you have to honor the fathers that really made the mothers become mothers and didn't turn their backs. That's who I take my hats off to. Not the lame men that lay down with the mothers, gave them the seed and left them with the responsibility. I don't have no regard for those people. There's women out there that have, you know, yes, they gave birth to the child and they've left that child with the fathers, and the fathers have raised them as well. I take my hats off to those fathers on days like Mother's Day too. You know what? You know, like that. Like the same way on Father's Day, I hail and I respect the mothers that didn't have the fathers beside them to do the fatherly jobs. They had to do the mother and fatherly jobs. Mothers sitting down on a weekend in the park with their sons, you know what I mean? Because when the sons are doing Sunday training or weekend training at football, many mothers out there doing it, and the fathers are not there to assist. So yeah, we have to double applaud the mothers, the great mothers that are out there doing the great works, man. A lot of our generation mothers were not great grandparents. They weren't great mothers. You know, our generation now are the great mothers and the great grandmothers. The now. You know what I mean? Our mothers were the great grandparents that raised them. Sometimes it wasn't even their mothers that raised them, it was their grandparents. So I'm saying some of the mothers didn't learn or wasn't taught, or no, they didn't actually learn how to become or how to be mothers. They didn't learn how to become grandmothers. At the time when they should be grandmothers, they learn it, they're trying to live their life now. You know, so big up to the ones that's been doing the right thing and leading by example and setting certain presidential levels. You know what I mean? Making sure the levels are high, not some joke thing. Big up to the mothers that have learned from the grandparents. Yeah, the new generation changing the narrative for the better. That is right. Big up to balanced mindset. Big up yourself over that side. Peter, big up yourself over on the Facebook. Stay blessed, everyone. I have the house full. Check back later. Now, big up yourself, Jones. You know the choppings already. Shout out to the whole family. This is what I'm talking about. When you're loved and you do the right thing, you don't have to talk about it. You know what time it is. The house is always full. Someone's always checking in. Everyone's always checking on. You know what I mean? It's just natural. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Big up yourself, Jones. And big up to everyone else. Like I say, it's about doing the right thing. Yeah, it's about doing the right thing, man. Honor your parents, whether you're in a good place with them or not. Honor them by just doing the right thing. Being a better version of them is honoring them. Not being a worse version of them. That wouldn't be honoring them. How could that honor them? That's not even honoring yourself. Best way to honor your parents is to be a better version of them and a greater version of yourself. You know what I mean? That way your children can see and say, rah, yeah, I want to be like my dad. You got, you know what I mean? Nephews and nieces. Nephews like, yeah, I want to be like uncle. You know what I mean? You got godchildren like, yeah, I want to be like uncle this. Yeah, and you got onlookers that's like, yo, I want to be like that man, you know? I don't even know his name, but I just see him. He's just always the same energy every time. He's always doing the same shit. He's always on the same job. Smiling, happy doing it. That man is real. I rate them man there. You know what I mean? People can see through people, you know, and people can really see if you're really about what you claim you're about. People can see that. There's no need to lie. There's no need to put on a facade. You can see what's what. The world can see that for sure. The amount of ups and downs I put my mum through growing up. The most I can say is that, yo, I'm glad that my mum's lived to a point where she can look and say she proud of that youth here. Beer headache I put my mum through, beer headache. Most probably the first set of great ear my mother get are probably from me, for real. So I'm saying, so, and my mother never turned her back. She still a fight with me. The whole journey, she still a fight, you see me? So you have to acknowledge and pay homage. Acknowledge and pay homage where you need to pay homage. Yeah, and that's the thing there. But for the ones posting for the sake of clickbaiting, you know what I mean? You're just posting mommy because everybody else is posting, but everybody else is really in a good place with mom. So you should be in a good place if you're posting her. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the ones that ain't posting mommy. I'm talking about the ones that's out there posting their mummies, knowing that you don't even talk to your mum. The last time you spoke to your mum, you cussed her off, told her all sorts of BCs, and you know what I mean? What's that all about? Go and apologize to your mother and make her know that, you know, mummy, I'm your child and I'm not your mother, so out of respect, I apologize and I shouldn't have done that. And can we just start fresh again? It don't cost nothing to apologize and be the big. It's not even about being a bigger person either. Knowing when you're wrong and knowing when you're trying to be strong. You know what I mean? Try don't be wrong and strong. And that's how we think there, isn't it? Like how it's Mother's Day. You know it's not going to be a long one, my peeps. I really want to just touch base real quick. All that reverence with my peeps. Yeah, Zimmy, you know my style already, you know. I got all heap of things for the and circling for God to one. Still we got to stay consistent with what we're doing. Riri, big up yourself, West London, Art of Love, good evening. Still got to stay consistent. Even if it's for 20 minutes, me have to go live and you know what I mean? Hear a lot of people that I'm making was say, yo, we're still there, car. We say every Sunday 7 p.m. So why would I shim or why am I gonna shy away from what my duties are? I'm gonna still forward, say what I've got to say, reason with me people, even if it's a short little time, and then I'm gonna move on and deal with what me have to deal with. But I will always be consistent, the same way I'm consistent with everything else, you know, man. You know, just like that, my peeps. And like how I lose my voice too. Mad sitting, but yeah, consistency is key. Rihanna, big up yourself on the check-in, my sis. Be a love, you know. Yeah. My mom, 18 when she had me, and my twin and family that stay together, learns together. I love that. Emily, big up yourself. What I went through made me the best mom I could be. My absolute world. Tracy, big up yourself. I love that. Big up P, and good evening, everybody. Tyrone, big up yourself. Every time, Richards. Yeah, man, I will part. That. Wow, who was that said that? I don't know who's. Let me just see something. Oh, Tracy, sorry I missed that comment. Tracy, I'm just only seeing it now. Let me just catch up real quick. So Tracy says, my dad committed suicide. There was a time when I was 9, when he first passed, I was upset. But then I grew and remember all the shit he did. Last memory I have of him was bearing my and then trying to. Wow. So I'm saying life is full of ups and the downs, and no Trace. That's crazy still. That is crazy still. But bear this in mind, yeah. No matter what we remember, King Lacey, big up yourself and check in, my bro. Be a love. You see what it is, what I always say, and I'm gonna land the plane like this, because as much as it's crazy, because as much as daddies, a lot of the daddies do a lot of pop. They've done a lot of pop that children can remember. But some of these dads and fathers, I shouldn't say dads, some of these fathers have really And sometimes the circumstances of going through a first time experience, this ain't me making any excuses for anybody. I'm just saying putting a lid on something, not putting a lid on it, but just giving you another angle to look at something from. Also, just bear in mind, you know, that there had to have been love there from at some point, you know. Fathers don't just lose love for their children just because there's a scenario that's kicked off. No, I don't think it's that. So I don't think you should have that, like, hold that memory like that still. Like, the reason why, like, he would have wanted to kidnap you from the home is because the love that he's got for you and the unfairness of what was going on. Remember, at those times, there was no fathers for justice. There was no support for males that was being told by our partners at the time, maybe, you know, you're not going to be able to see you, and I'm not making you see your child, and you're never going to see, you know, when a woman tells you, you're never going to see this child again. Like, afterwards, when you look back, it's like, that's stupid, isn't it? I'm going to definitely see her at some point. But when that person's telling it to you, everything fly up in your head straight away. You're not thinking straight. All your emotions, they've already pressed that. They've pressed the worst button, yeah, when it comes to a man that loves these children, like. So I can, yeah, there's many scenarios that could have brought on that scenario there, Trace, you get me? So that's why I'm saying, don't look at it like that. But always remember that the man, as your father, would love you, like, unconditionally, otherwise he wouldn't even have done that. You know, somebody that don't have no love for their children, they don't make moves for their children. They make no moves at all for their children, not 1 inch. Yeah? Okay. Well, shit happens still. Shit does happen. Like I say, like, man, some men can't control their emotion though, you get me? But I know that all of that started from love. It didn't just come out of nowhere, you get me? Yeah, something went left down some road, but yeah. You was still created out of love, my girl, trust me. Believe you me. So that's why he would have done a madness to try and get you, like, in his possession, even just to see you for 5 minutes, like, yeah. But I can imagine there's way more underlying stuff and going, but so we're not trying to do that, but I'm just, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Chantel, big up yourself on the check-in, my sis. Be a loving her, you know the chops, right? You got good mothers, good fathers, bad mothers, and that's all across the world, man. Tracy, all across the world, there's a balance, man. You got bad men, bad women, bad mothers, bad fathers. It's just bad parenting skills, you know? I get it though. Definitely, I hear you for real. It ain't nice, you know, when the children, this is why I keep telling the man them, and the women as well, please be careful of what you expose your children to seeing, because it's not fair for them to see certain things, to be fair. Like, man them, you got a responsibility, bro. Like, try don't make the youth them air, you lot's bickering, your arguments. 9 times out of 10, the arguments are just not even worth arguing over. Like, it doesn't have no grounds for the youths to over air some of this stuff that you guys throw at each other. At the best of times, sometimes it doesn't do it does nothing for the child. It creates trauma for that child. Because you know why it creates trauma for the child? Because there's nothing the child can do about it. So it's something that builds up inside of that child. You know, resentment for that feeling, resentment for that action of whoever done what. You know what I mean? You made mummy have to break the plate. You made mummy have to some stuff. You get me? You made daddy get arrested and the police twist him up and they bust his head, and so there's all of that. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's so many of those scenarios that go on and that take place that it's crazy. What we need more of is less of that and more love in the world, and more love spreading, genuine love, not just we saying it in words and typing it on keypads on our phone and typing it on our key. It's dead, bruv. Where's the real love? All of us, we say it, but why not show it? It's the whole point of what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, it's not just about saying I love this or I love that. Show that person that you love them. Say it less and show it more. All we're doing is showing it less and saying it more. And captioning that with a picture to go with it so everyone believes you. The reality is, most of us is living a lie. Over on TikTok, posting our loved ones, our mothers and family members, like, you know what I mean? Jason, big up yourself on the check-in, my bro. Yeah? Posting our families like, it's really that. And your whole family knows it's not no kumbaya moment over there. As is, big up yourself. Yeah? So we need to start writing our nest. I always said, if you're walking in the path of righteousness, that means you have to write your nest. You can't be walking in the path of righteousness and you're not honoring your mother and your father, or living in or honoring them, even in their absence, or even if they're not beside you to guide you. You're obviously not. You're not writing your nest. Mothers claiming they're writing they're righteous, self-righteous, mind you, but they're in confliction and in friction with their children. You're not righteous because you need to go and write your nest, and then you can say you're walking on the path of what? Righteousness. That's where the thing is. And if we're not doing that, then we're all living in a bubble of an illusion, just trying to paint a picture to somebody else that ain't really the picture in real life. Is it? You see what I'm saying, Chantal? That's why I just rate you, you know. Big up. Big up. Because you know what? We ain't got long with our parents. We ain't got long with them. And you know what? You see, as much as we've got our issues with them now, like, oh yeah, maybe this one's done this, or maybe that one's done that. You know, when they're gone, you know that you just wish that you could, even if we could just sit down and just, not even talk to them, but just sit in their presence, Taraskla. Just sit in their presence, bruv. There's something about a spiritual, there's a spiritual upliftment that I receive when I'm around my mum. When my like we're good most of the time, 90% of the time. It's just only like if I've got an opinion on something that maybe I don't like, and my mum's opinionative as well, and we'll just have our opinion, and she's strong and I'm strong, you know the thing. And one of us have to give in, right? And nobody don't like giving sometimes, because everybody want the last say. So sometimes I have to just grip my teeth, shut my mouth, and just listen, because mommy still, you know. And all when you're wrong, mommy, me say, yeah, man, you're right. Yeah, you're right, man. That's just out of respect. Because I know, to God, anything happen to my mother, me I got ball like, baby, me, big old greyback me. Yeah. But a lot of us live a lie and act like, all tough and everything else. I'm a realist. I'm not gonna shy away from what the realist things them are. You get me? I'm just gonna keep it 100% with my people, bruv. Love your mum. Love your loved ones. You love them unconditionally. Make no excuses. Just love them, Brethren. Some of us has got effed up parents, Brethren, but just love them same way. They can't be who we want them to be. This is what the problem is. Our parents can't be who we want them to be. They can only be who they are. Like deep that. They can't be who we want them to be. You understand, Sasha? Mommy's always right, blood. So in your mind, you have to just know when to just shut up and just let mommy be right. There's no point where she's mommy, innit? Yeah? She's been right all this time, so you might as well just let her be right. Your mum, you're right, it's cool. For the sake of argument, see, no, mummy's always right. You nuts. Cool, man. Cha. Jano Star. We're the toughest thing was because we got everything we got around us now. But strip that away from you now, and with no way of you getting that back, would you cherish it differently? Would you look at it differently? Would you approach things like, would you maybe give more of a benefit of the doubt? Would you maybe just accept that these people are just who they are and get on with it and just love them for who they are? Or do we have to wait until it comes to that for us to acknowledge that, we had all this time to correct what we know for ourselves? We need their energy. We need some of them. We don't need them. Some of them, because some of them are crosses, and I'm not talking for everybody's scenario, but for the ones them that are kind of good with their family, but there's always a passer, mix up, and oh, this one's not talking, and this one love cuss off our mother, and this one love cuss off him father. Those ones need to stop taking advantage of the parents that they have. Just because they keep coming back because they love you unconditionally, they made you out of love unconditionally. Facts. D, big up yourself. We said, Pop said, big up. Manners and bear love, you know. Every time. You don't know the chops, big bro. Yeah, man. Big up all the real fathers, them, man. And them we said, big up. And we take off our hat and we applaud them. Because them, that, you know, we look up to them first before we even became fathers ourselves. We saw others playing the part before we became the ones that needed to start playing the part. How did we know how to start playing the part when we became in that position? We saw it somewhere. You're over, so yeah. My father explained the process of first generation born here. It really helped me to consider her challenges. Yeah, there was way more challenges than we expect, than we even overstand today, trust me. And you know, the problem is that most of our parents of that generation find it very hard to talk to their children. And that's the problem, you know. A lot of them find it hard to engage with their children. It's just like we're the parents, like they're the parents, we're the children, and that's it. So getting to know certain things about our parents is hard because Kate, big up yourself. They've learned to kind of close the door on certain things and not even address or speak about, or they just get on with, like that didn't happen, like this didn't exist, like that's not a part of my life as well. You know what I mean? And maybe that's their way of dealing with what they went through as they were coming up. Because, like I said, all of us didn't have a manual of how to deal with what we've had to deal with growing up, being like first-time fathers, first-time mothers. A hell of a lot of the mothers made mistakes, just exactly the same as all of the fathers that made mistakes as well on the journey. But I big up the ones that kept it real and stuck. They stayed by their children and tried their hardest to be there for them, no matter what the scenario or the obstacle would have been. I take my hats off to those men and women, mothers and fathers. I take my hats off to them. And also, you know what I mean? Another thing is, I know a few great foster parents, and in times like this, we can't forget those that have actually raised other people's children to be great children and great citizens of the world as well. Like, we can't forget those people neither. You know what I mean? I've got a brother and a sister that is in that line of work, and I applaud them highly. So my brother, my sister, manners and respect, you know yourself already. Art I love. Big up to all those that's in that line of work, that's putting in the work and bridging the gap for these young children that have nobody to kind of defend them, or you know what I mean. I'm not talking about the system that's taking away children from parents that are real decent parents. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the few, and I am talking about the few decent foster parents that are out there doing a great job. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have to balance up everything. Everything's a balance, you know. Can't just speak on one side like it's just one-sided. It ain't. There's great parents, there's effed up parents, and there's foster parents that had to bridge the gap because those parents wasn't around. So we have to also take our hats off and say manners and respect to those as well, and keep doing the great job that you're doing. I'm not talking about the ones them that are messing up for the great ones that are doing the great jobs along that line of work. You understand? Yeah. Love is effort. Love, if you love, you can cook. If you love, you can cook. Emily, you're killing me. Cause that means there's no love then, cause enough of them gyal can't cook, and enough of them and them can't cook neither. So I'll be a no love out there then. I'll be a no love now, that I go on. Crazy times, boy, I tell you. Big up all the mothers out there, the great mothers. I love you all. Love you all. Manners and respect, because you lot never just raised your own children. You lot raised other people's children. Big up to all the community mothers that were out there. Yeah. Big up Digo them's mum from Angel Town that used to govern enough of the man them over that side there. Big up to Miss Enery and Mr. Enery them over Stockwell that govern and raise up and look after enough people's picnic as well over there. So manners and enough respect. Big up to enough parents them that do that kind of work them and don't get no ratings at all, no acknowledgement, no highlight, none. Big up to the mothers them that mother other people's children as well. Even though they got their mothers at their yard, but when them children they come to your yard, you look after them like they're your own. Manners and respect. And that's how we think there. So my people, we done talk, you know. Unless somebody was to forward a reason with me, I'll put up the hotline number real quick. Just throw up that real quick for you. Anybody want to give me a quick reasoning? All right, see, you know. I'm gonna fling it over on the YouTube real quick so that the people them have it over there too. Anybody can call in if you want to call in, you know. Even a hot girl when them call in can call in, you know what I mean? I'm just talking. What is wrong with Patrick today? Child, that's like, yes sir. This day in our vibe, you know. From last time in there, one vibe. Sorry, my voice is so gone, I can't even lie. Marnie T, big up yourself. See, another great mother right there, you know, Marnie T, you know. Big up yourself, you know. Sure, you see this little girl, she like, little girl, that girl is a big woman. But she's like, what are you, Marnie? You're not even 5 foot, are you? Like 4'4", or something like that. Trust me, big personality, I swear. Big up yourself, man. And big up my brother as well, you don't know the choppings, come on. And big up the little one them, because I know they're growing beautifully. You know what I mean? Manners and respect every time. So anybody can call in and give me a reasoning if you want. Stephanus, big up yourself. Good evening. And if not, then you don't know the choppings, you know, my mother forgot check and you don't know the choppings already, you know. What are reasoning with mommy and these things. Yeah, is it? Yeah. So I just want to big up the real mothers them out there again and all the real children out there that loved their parents genuinely. I'll urge every single one of you lot to stay close to your parents, bruv. Check on them daily. Tell them you love them. Hug them and kiss them up. Because there's going to come a day that they're no longer here and you will not be able to hug them, kiss them, or tell them anything. Right? So stop taking life for granted. Look into yourselves and just know, say, yo, if it ain't that bad and it can, you understand? Fix things, man. Because times are getting wicked and dread. We don't need more, you know what I mean? We need less of that and we need to just focus on what is ahead of us. You know what I mean? Yeah, what the government's got planned for us, we don't need family feud as well in between to mix up the whole of the thing. No. We need unity amongst the family. You know what I mean? We are talking about unity out the road and we not enough unity in the family. Listen, you have to dance a yard before you can dance abroad, you know. Yeah. So that means your house is where you clean up first. All your craft, you learn that stuff at home. You practice at home. You see me? You fix all the problem them at home first, and then you can fix problem out in the world if you want to fix anything out there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how we think them are people. But other than that, just go and enjoy the week, you know, and have a positive, productive week, you know, my people. You know my thing already, you know. Yeah. Big up to all of my people that came out last night. Let me just give you a quick aliens, my people. And big up to Uncle Cecil over at Hootenanny. Love that club, you know. I love that place still. I like performing there. I ain't performed there for about 4 years. For real. I shot a video there as well about 4 years ago. Maybe even 5 years ago now. I still ain't even released that to Rotted, but yeah, big up Hootenanny. Headliner show down there last night, and that place, that was a historical show last night in Hootenanny. So big up to everyone that turned up, and big up to the promoter them, big up my brothers them. You don't know the choppings, always are mad shellings anytime we touch down, you know the thing. So hold on, let me see. Kate says, real talk, I lost my mom now. I'm lost. People need to fix up. If your mom's not evil, you should check in on the phone at least every day. Love your moms, people. Trust me. Big up yourself, Kate. Wise words, man. I'm definitely going to leave it right there so you know my people, because you see me? Still have to go check mommy and time I run and me have whole heap of things for doing at one evening, you know. Yeah. So big up to the sisters that's out there that don't get on with mommy, but get on with their own daughters and be great grandmothers out there in the wider diaspora. Yeah, big up to you lot. So I ain't forgotten nobody. Just trying to keep it balanced all across the board. Those that have tight community bonds with their mothers, check in every day. Check in and make sure everybody's all right. Those that have distant relationships, still check in. One phone call a week, or you know, every other day, little call, and try make it be more regular than it has been. You know what I mean? That's the thing that my people call. We ain't got long on earth, and no one don't know the hour, you know. None of us. We don't know the hour. So yeah, that's how we think, them people. Feel like me I go left you with that tune, you know. I left you with that shot, yeah. People, make sure you have a blessed evening, right? And have a great week ahead. And I'll see you next week when we'll be talking about some deeper stuff. And yeah, I should have some videos and clips for you guys to, yeah, you see some stuff still. But you don't know the choppings already. I am weak, battered, tired, but you don't know the thing. Work has to still commence. You see me? Yeah, I'm not wearing myself thin, but we just got to do the work. Whole heap of different works, you get me? Big up yourself, Sasha. Big up Auntie, anyway, Auntie there. A full joy herself, you see me? And big up everybody on the Facebook. Big up everybody on the YouTube. Manners are enough respect, and thank you for the check-ins, you see me? Thanks for passing through. And big up to the ones that's watching it back on the replay, little more from now, you see me? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Press the notification bell, and it will, you know, it will give you the pop-up and make you know that we're going live. And them something there. And press the share button on the YouTube, on the Facebook, and them something there. You know the style. Donna, big up yourself every time, you know the choppings. Sharifa, big up yourself every time. Maddox Angel, big up yourself. Chantel, Thomas, big up yourself. Thompson, when I talk about Thomas, when I look on. Rihanna, big up yourself every time. Peter, big up yourself every time. Aziz, Manny T, you don't know the chopping. D, big up Father for me as well, you know the chop, right? Divine, and big up Joni, anyway, Joni there. Alright, my peeps, I'm gonna keep it moving, you know my style already. Yeah, man, I'll keep it moving like this, you know, cause you know my style, like, yeah. Manners.
Pray, we are praying now. We are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much people where them send fi kill me, but God knows said the fools now go get away. So we are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much evil where them send before me. Trust me, Father, not ignore. Father, not ignore. Him no say kill a man, we go pick up the 4-4. Find me enemy, them me a kick off the raw door. Empty the clip in a even your raw sword. Nobody not here, nobody know more. Me try fi change my life. Left from the road, I got studio tonight. And one bag of tune in my head me recite. And that me advice, well me nah no choice. It's either the studio or the street, brother you choose. Inna the road game, brother man I who lose. Me nah kill me friend for no 2 shoes. Just for me fi touch road and yam 2 food. We are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much people with them send fi kill me, but God knows said the fools now go get away. So we are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much evil with them send before me. Trust me, Father, now ignore. This one we return back to sender. And every bad boy on road for remember. From you this last year, we him a send for. And there ain't nothing else we up on the agenda. No contender, but life is sweet when you a take flights. We are praying now. We are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much people where them send fi kill me, but God knows said the fools now go get away. So we are pray. Pick up yourself, Sasha, you get the pull up down. Guide me and show me a better way. You know much evil where them send before me. Trust me, Father, not ignore. Father, not ignore. Him no say kill a man, we go pick up the 4-4. Find me enemy, them me a kick off the raw door. Empty the clip in a even your raw sword. Nobody not here, nobody know more. Me try fi change my life. Left from the road, I got studio tonight. And one bag of tune in my head me recite. And that me advice, well me nah no choice. It's either the studio or the street, brother you choose. Inna the road game, brother man I who lose. Me nah kill me friend for no 2 shoes. Just for me fi touch road and yam 2 food. We are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much people with them send fi kill me, but God knows said the fools now go get away. So we are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much evil with them send before me. Trust me, Father, now ignore. This one we return back to sender. And every bad boy on road for remember. From you this last year, we him a send for. And there ain't nothing else we up on the agenda. No contender, but life is sweet when you a take flights. Them boy, them only send kites. Me don't know what some boy them feel like. But right now, me, I live my life. And me, I live it right. Cause we don't want no boy for draw we out. If them draw we out, I if them call we out. A gunshot, I call them out. And that's the only thing on Facebook they be talking about. Kill a man, me not have no time for me to walk him out. Me left him for go on with the walkie-talkie out. Enough of them don't know what them be talking about. Got brothers, east, west, north and south. Please don't draw them out, car ambulance you will be calling out. So we are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much people with them send fi kill me, but God knows said the fools now go get away. So we are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much evil with them send before me. Trust me, Father, not ignore. Father, not ignore. Ever real, ever fearful and never sure. I they one of my ancestors that open the door. I got the ghetto youth them whenever we pan tour. Them want to kill the ghetto youth them and of that I am sure. Tell the ghetto youth no more gun for buy. And tell the government them no more drugs for try. Even a ganja, then I straight deny. You know see a pan plane every week we fly. Maybe that is why they hate me. No people will rate me, they say I'm fuck up and face the. Man they want to blaze me, say them I go face me. If even have something for all erase me. So I roll with my killy just in case. Man walk kill a man fi bust his face. Gone back a jail and fi bust this case. You know the dogs them stay. We are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much people with them send fi kill me, but God knows said the fools now go get away. So we are pray for a better day. God guide me and show me a better way. You know much evil with them send before me. Trust me, Father, not ignore it. We are pray for them. We know how the bad minds stay again. Them know say the killer now play with them. That's why we are pray for them. We are pray for we enemy them. Me not know why them think say we are penny them. There's many men want kill me. There's many. We are pray now.